What is up, everybody? It is the Women's Wrestling Recap Weekly back again. Both the panel, myself and Emma. Emma, how are you doing after Mania week?
I'm not too bad. Bit of a bone to pick with Mania, but other than that, I'm not too bad. The sun is shining. Can't complain. I'm a bit sunburnt, but you know what? It's better than the rain. How are you, Sean?
I'm fantastic. I think it's always a bit of a compliment when you can say you get sunburned in Ireland, you know?
Yeah,
It's not
we
something that typically happens.
no, we cannot complain. And fun fact for people watching: Ireland is as warm as Spain is right now.
And Lord knows I'd love to go on a little holiday to Spain. Maybe I don't need to after all. I can save myself some money, you know?
Exactly. Sit outside in the garden, couple beers, whatever you want. You're in
Pina
Spain.
colada or a mojito in hand and
Oh, stop. Oh,
loving
strawberry
life.
daiquiri. That's it.
Now you're talking.
That's
Now
it,
you
guys.
are talking. Yes, you're speaking my language. But
Mm-hmm.
another fantastic week in women's wrestling, to say the least. And just looking at the graphic here, I'm getting very excited to talk about it. Emma, take us into Mania. How did you feel? First of all, going into Mania with, kind of a bit of a poor build up to say the least. How did you feel, and how do you think the results came out? You know, from the build up of Mania to how it actually turned out.
Well, the one build up that I think we've all talked about and we've all discussed is definitely Stephanie Vicker and Liv Morgan. And night one, their match was not that all the women's matches were not that long. Like listen, if you're gonna have, the women's champion or whatever champion for the women like defend and stuff, I think you need to make the matches longer. Let them work with it. Because the build up was insane and then to have a match that was shorter was like, what's going on here? But when Liv Morgan won, I actually was like, they better not let Jade retain. Like, I was stressing out. I was like, they better not let her retain. But anyway, we'll get to that. Night one, of course, we had the tag match, and you know what? The minute that Nikki came out and Brie came out, I was like, right, Nikki's not doing it. I was like, it's Paige. It is Paige. And it was. And how spectacular was that? Like, to say, like, right now, we had AJ Lee, Paige, and, like, the Bella twins, like, there at WrestleMania is insane. I think everyone who kind of, like, grew up on that is saying the same thing. Like, it's insane to have them both. Well, to have all of them. So I think Paige coming back, and a lovely moment was, I think some people might have seen online, was when Stephanie McMahon was hugging her, and she was like, "This, this will always be your home," and like Paige was like, "You said that to me the day that I left. Like, you can always come home." And I think it's a really beautiful moment, to be honest. It's really beautiful. Um, Again, the match was quite short, which I didn't get, but the women served. The women were brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Night two, um, AJ Lee and Becky. I, you know what? I'm not even mad that Becky won. I think she's great. I love her as a heel. At first, I know people like when she first turned heel was a bit like, oh, I don't know, but like, come on, probably she is definitely top three greatest women's wrestlers. Like, you cannot, you can't compare Becky Lynch. Like, that's the man. And then of course we had AJ Lee when she was backstage be like, I didn't get to say goodbye before, but like I'll see you soon. And my heart was like, oh no, please, you're not going anywhere, please. Like I feel like she might be taking a break. I'm not too sure. And again, the match was short. It really was, but it was a good match, and I am happy that Becky won. I really am. And then of course, Rhea and Jade. The match. Oh, Sean, your camera's gone.
God damn it. Loves doing this on me. Do you know what? We'll go with audio. Feck it.
Woo! Um, but you know what? I'm happy Rhea won. And have EO come out and stuff, and I just don't think Jade was suited for this title right now. And that's not no hate to Jade or anything, but even if they let her like build it up a bit, if Bianca came back or something, like I could see that happening. They build Jade up a bit, maybe. There's no hate to her. I think she gets a lot of hate. She looks like a superstar. She has the power. This match was good, and I think it was a nice moment for Rhea Ripley and then Io Sky. But yeah, what do you think, Mr. Audio?
Mr. Audio. That's
Yeah,
all. That's all it is now. Only my luck, huh?
I know.
Um,
Last week as well.
I know. I'm really on a roll as of late, to say the least. Yeah, I thought Mania was fantastic, and dare I say, aside from the length of the matches, I gotta say this was probably one of my favorite WrestleManias. I just
Oh,
thought the card was fantastic in my opinion.
that,
Um, and jumping straight into Stephanie and Liv, as short as it was, I thought it was an enjoyable match. And probably sound like a broken record at this point, but I'm actually quite happy Liv won. If I'm being honest with you, I absolutely love Stephanie Vaquer, but I just think that her reign hasn't been all that. It really hasn't. I think her NXT run was a lot better, and I think she was done quite dirty with her women's championship run. So look, I like Liv, and I'm happy she won. It'll be 1,000 times better if she could move away from the Daddy Dom stuff and the Judgment Day stuff. But overall, I'm actually quite happy she won. Um, Becky and AJ, I thought was another fantastic match, and just like you, I am very happy Becky won. Um, of course, I will miss AJ as the champion, and I enjoyed her reign, but I just think Becky was better suited for the title. I thought that the build up towards Mania for that match was very weak overall.
mm,
I think Becky was kind of carrying it all, and we've said it on the podcast before, and I think I probably said it last week as well, that I found AJ very hard to believe throughout the build up to Mania. I thought Becky's promos were a lot better, and I thought AJ's was quite weak, to be honest. But what she lacks in promo skills, in my opinion, she more than makes up for in the ring. Um,
yeah.
I think both women are phenomenal, and they really did bounce off each other well. And overall, brilliant match, and I am 1,000 times happy to see Becky as champion again. I think her heel work is phenomenal, her character is phenomenal, and now she's a three-time Women's Intercontinental Champion. Ooh la la!
Amazing.
That was a
Amazing.
that was a bit of a mouthful to say. Three-time Women's Intercontinental Champion. Ooh, bit of a tongue twister, you know.
Mm.
Um, yeah. So overall, happy she got the title back. And my heart absolutely broke in a million pieces when Nikki Bella announced that she could not compete.
Mm.
But because we all know my dream is to see the Bellas as women's tag team champions, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
not one bit mad that we only do a Paige returning. Now, if you look back on the watch along, you will see just how excited I got when Paige's music hit. I absolutely jumped out of the chair. I was running about the room like a fucking idiot, as my mother would say, and or as my father would say, gobshite. Um,
Using the mic for
so
good.
I know, yeah, you gotta have a bit of fun with it. So yeah, overall, I could not be happier to see Paige back, and obviously she won the tag team title with Brie on her debut, on her return debut. That's
Mm-hmm.
the second time she's made a debut and won the title the exact same night, and I think that is very cool. Um, Overall, look, I loved Saraya in AEW, but God, you can't beat Paige in WWE, can you?
No, when that music hit, it was like goosebumps. It was
It's
like,
electric.
yeah.
And it's magical, and you know, as you said, to see I like to call them the four original horsewomen, you know, Becky, Sasha, Bailey, and and Charlotte, sorry, were the four horsewomen. But
Mm.
once you look at it, Paige, the Bella Twins, and AJ Lee will always be the original four horsewomen. They led the women from the Divas era to the Superstar era, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it's just so good to see them back. It'll be interesting to see now what they'll do. I'm kind of hoping they form some sort of storyline that once we get to SummerSlam or maybe after it, that Nikki replaces Paige and then becomes a tag team champion with Brie. That way we do get the Bella Twins as tag team champions. Look, we'll see about that in the near future. And of course, Rhea taking the title off Jade, I think, was perfect. I wouldn't have been mad if Jade retained, to be honest with you, but it's nice to see Rhea with a title. I always said that, she had too many world titles and that she should step away from the world title picture. Obviously, WWE says, no, we'll go against Shawn, feck him. We'll go against what he says and we'll do the complete opposite. We'll keep her in the world title picture and have her win at WrestleMania. So we'll have Shawn say, fuck off, WWE. But I'm not gonna, not out loud anyway. So look, overall, thought that match was brilliant. Dare I say, Jade's best match since joining
Yeah.
WWE. We've seen her use a lot of moves we haven't seen, and I think she really surprised the fans more than anything, and kind of caught them off guard. And I think that was absolutely perfect because obviously the backlash she's been getting over the past few months, it was kind of a prove them wrong match,
Yeah.
So look, overall, great to see Rhea win the title, and that finisher sliding under Jade and bringing it into the Riptide was just beautiful, so smooth. Look, overall, I'm actually looking forward to Rhea's reign as champion, and overall, I think we've done quite well coming out of WrestleMania with women's champions.
I think you just cut out there for a sec.
Oh crap! Yeah, I think we've hit the nail on the head with all the champions coming out of WrestleMania. Definitely for the women, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, and then there's another question of what next? Like, what do you think is next for these champions? Like, who do you think is going to step up then in regards to like SummerSlam? Because I was actually thinking there when you said about AJ Lee, Paige, and the Bella Twins. Imagine if they had if I don't know, they got Paige out or something happened there, and it was you know um Nikki and Brie versus like AJ Lee and Paige.
What are you thinking? I want to know what you're thinking first, and then we'll see. Are we quite the same?
Are you there, Sean?
Can you hear me?
Hey, I don't know where Sean's gone, but we could have the Bella Twins versus AJ Lee and Paige, which would be very cool. I think that'd be a great throwback even for SummerSlam. In regards to Rhea Ripley, I'm not too sure. Now, Rhea Ripley, I feel like. Okay, hello everyone, I'm back. Sean unfortunately had some technical difficulties. Of course, he actually just got a new mic, and the whole thing stopped working. So you guys are stuck with me. Really, I just wanted obviously this is going to be a shorter show than usual, but I want to talk about kind of what's next for the champions. I think I touched on it in the first clip, is that what I'd love to see is, first off, the Bella Twins as tag partners. I think everyone kind of wants that. No disrespect to Paige, we love having her back. It's amazing. But I think what would be great, imagine, no, wait with me, SummerSlam, the Bella Twins versus, I've seen that on my phone. Besides saying my storage was full, it's not. But as I was saying, SummerSlam, Paige is like, I need a partner. AJ Lee steps up. I think that would be great, not gonna lie. Also, side note, I hope everyone is enjoying this great weather, because how could you not? How could you not? We're in the same temperature as Spain. Like, come on. Let's move on to one of the new champions, Rhea Ripley, you know, the favorite. She's just an amazing superstar, and the great thing with Rhea Ripley is she can work with anyone. Now, of course, on Monday Night Raw, we saw she defeated the Kabuki Warriors. Imagine we have Rhea Ripley versus Asuka at SummerSlam. Again, this would be a 10 out of 10 match. Asuka, you know, she said at the WWE Hall of Fame, you know, I'm a pioneer. She is. She's beautiful as well. And I think with her and Rhea, the match would be insane. The build-up would be insane. And we'd have Io and Kairi Sane involved. I would personally love to see it. I don't know about anybody else. Actually, I'd like for everyone to drop below, you know, what they'd like to happen, or what do you think is next for the champions. And new champions, of course, Liv Morgan. And again, I think Rhea and Liv are the same with that. They can work well with anyone on the roster. Now, my biggest thing is that I have a lot of people that I'd love to see called up for like the champion. Like, I love people to be called up. And speaking of call ups, we had Sol Ruka on Monday Night Raw. We will get to that in a minute. And that was amazing. And I think like they're not ready for Sol Ruka because we've seen her on NXT. She is insane. Absolutely amazing. I think like it'd be kind of cool for her and Liv to kind of have a back and forth. Just like when Jordynne Grace got called up on SmackDown and had a bit of a thing with Jade Cargill. Again, love Jordynne Grace, she's amazing. Maybe Rhea Ripley will go to SmackDown. One person though that I'm praying for, and I'm sure a lot of people are praying for, to be in the to be up for the title, Chelsea Green. She deserves her flowers. She more than definitely deserves to have even SummerSlam. I think it'd be great. Imagine a big stage, her entrance. I've been saying this for months on every show. I think having Chelsea Green and Rhea Ripley or something. I do feel like maybe we'll go towards Tiffany Stratton, maybe, but I'd love to see Chelsea first because it'd be amazing for her. I think we're all kind of hoping for it. Like, again, she's one that she'd work so well with Rhea Ripley. They're both amazing superstars. I would absolutely love to see it. As I was saying about Sol Ruka got called up to Monday Night Raw, which is amazing. I'm so happy for her. She's just an amazing superstar. And one thing that I was kind of thinking of, I know she kind of had a bit of a thing with Liv Morgan there on Monday Night Raw, but I'd love her to go for like the Intercontinental title with Becky. I feel like her and Becky they'd be stellar together. It'd be a great feud. Like, Becky's like, you know, she's a veteran. She's like the man. She's the best in the world. It's not just her saying it. And then the new rookie, I can't even call her a rookie. She's too good. Sol Ruka comes up and she's like, listen, it's my time now. You've had your time. And I think like sometimes they do these storylines where it's like the veteran and the rookie. And I think they're great because you can build up on that. I know other feuds and stuff, they might have history behind them. But with something new like this, I think it would be good. It's like a little kind of refresh almost. Speaking of kind of refreshes and stuff, I would love to see Lyra Valkyria get another little push, and Bayley as well. I think Bayley, even put Bayley on SmackDown and have her go for like United States title or something. That's just a little offside I want to put in there. Just a little off thing that I want to throw in. And again, apologies, this video is going to be a bit short, technical difficulties and stuff. We cannot help it. But yeah, saying about SmackDown and kind of like the women's roster, I'd love for like Bayley to go on SmackDown and get like the United States title or something, and then you could have like Jordynne Grace as well for like the United States title and stuff. I think that would be insane. Maybe it's just me, but please let me know in the comments, guys. Please. I think as well for like women's titles and stuff, one thing I want to bring up is congratulations to Bianca Belair and congratulations to Naomi because she had her child, and I can't wait to see her back in the WWE. The women's title will be waiting for her return. I think that is going to be very, very good. that return will be class. So a bit of a prediction I have with the whole Judgment Day thing. Of course, we saw WrestleMania with Finn as the Demon getting the win, but with Liv Morgan, I feel like Raquel and Roxanne are gonna be a bit. I don't know. I can kind of see it falling apart. Even if like Raquel and Roxanne become a tag team or something, not even that, they can do their own stuff. Those two women are phenomenal, and I think Raquel has just stepped up a lot. We've seen that when she was going for the title a while ago. She has stepped up, and I feel like there's loads of women now on the roster that you can put any two together and they will deliver. I'm no NXT expert. I like to keep that to Sean, really. But one thing I saw was a casket match against Tatum Paxley and Blake Monroe, which was very, very good, with Tatum picking up the win. And I'm quite happy about that. I think she was brilliant. And the casket match itself, to have it on NXT always delivers as well. They're insane on NXT. Like I say, you can almost, if in some world they brought all the women from NXT up to the main roster for something, it would be amazing. Like absolutely amazing. I want to apologize that this week is a bit of a shorter one with some technical difficulties and stuff, but I just want to give a bit more of my insight before this video ends. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks to Sean as well. He's a great co-host. Doesn't feel the same without him here. Does not feel the same banter, but I hope you guys like this video, and please comment what you think is next, and we can even go through some of the comments. I'd love to do that. So yeah, thank you so much guys for watching. Make sure to follow the Up Tier podcast, give this a like, check out so much content because the guys are crushing it these days. And yeah, thanks.